You're listening to the official podcast of Asbury University, produced by students with God-honoring conversations that inform, edify, and encourage. This is Asbury. We explore culture and current topics through a Christian worldview, promoting a well-balanced life, and we empower our community to belong, become, and be set apart. I'm your host, Abby Lobb. Welcome to This is Asbury. Welcome to This is Asbury. We have a really special episode today because our guest is really special. So all of our students are wonderful, but this particular student has a really cool role on campus this year. We have Emma Reid here. Welcome, Emma.
Hi, Abby. Thanks for having me today.
Of course. My pleasure. We'll have to do more of these. So Emma is the student body president. She is from Northern Kentucky. She's a senior, and she's very smart because she's studying accounting. That means you are really good with numbers.
All the numbers, all the Excel.
And that's intense. I mean, our accounting major here is no joke. So hats off to you.
Thank you.
Well, welcome. And thank you again for being here. I'm so glad that you're here. It's the end of summer. Students are starting to trickle into campus. And everyone, the mood on campus is just really exciting. We're all so excited for students to come back. You're back. Tell me about your summer.
Yeah, so I went to Jamaica with Asbury, actually. Dr. Baywaji, she's from Jamaica, so I was able to intern with a couple other students at a company there in Jamaica and really experience like user experience and project management, some more of the techie stuff. So that was really exciting for me to see.
Yeah, because she's a business prof, isn't she?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
she
great.
Works on international business and like capstone classes.
Cool. Wow. How long were you there?
We were there for 2 weeks.
Wow.
It was right after the end of school, so I packed up my car, and then we drove to the airport at like 3 a.m.
Oh, goodness. I hope you got a good tan out of it, because that sounds fantastic.
Oh, it was great. Oh, yeah. Beaches on the weekends, but work during the week.
Right, of course.
Definitely.
Well, that's a really unique experience. I'm glad you got to do that. That's great. I love how students here over the summer, you guys really do a good job of combining, like, yes, you're learning things and you're gaining really neat experience, but you're also having a little bit of fun because you guys work really hard. So that's important too when you're in college. Well, let's get right into some questions, Emma, so people can get to know you a little better. So you are in a leadership role this year,
Yes.
so which is great. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
The student body elections here are no joke, so
Definitely.
that's great. So how do you believe that leadership positions prepare students for future careers?
So many ways. Time management, communication, networking with colleagues both your age, peers, all across the board. Soft skills that you can't just develop.
That's great. Yeah, you got to practice those things for sure.
And just balance between boundaries. So that's something that we talk about here at Asbury.
Yeah.
Our small little university, you might get asked to do a lot of things. So sometimes it's learning to say no, even to good things.
Yeah. And that's what
what
I alluded to earlier. Now, just learning that balance of you do have to unwind. You do need to enjoy life and have some fun. So that's a really good point, especially for people like you in a leadership role, being able to set those boundaries, and then other students, will hopefully recognize that and follow suit. So serving in leadership on campus, was that something that you always wanted to do?
Yes, leadership on campus. I don't think I ever imagined necessarily in this capacity. I really hadn't even thought about running for student body president until it got brought up last spring. So I get to graduate in 3 years instead of the traditional 4. And then I'm going to go on to complete my +1 with the master's program here at Asbury in accounting. Thank you. I'm really excited. And so I've seen a lot of different aspects of campus, whether that's working in the CAF or working with intercultural life or tutoring accounting students and just various places. So I wanted to make an impact on students and help to make their college experience as great as I have had so far these past 2 years, going on to 3.
Yeah. What's your leadership style like?
I hope it's communicative and encouraging. I want to make people feel seen and heard and really understood. So transparency is something that is really important to me, and respect across the board.
Yeah. I think something that was really cool about the outpouring that happened in February was that campus really was united.
Oh, yeah.
And I haven't been at Asbury as long as you, even this is my second year, going into my third year. But what I hear is that, because of COVID and all the interruptions that everyone experienced, that campus was not as united as it should be or had been in the past. And so you have a really unique role this year to kind of be in that post-COVID and post outpouring that happened on campus world. And so do you think that's going to be a unique position that you're in this year?
Definitely. I think with past classes, which during COVID, they didn't really see each other. So now that we're back on campus, we're in each other's lives way more often in the daily and walking around the Stoos and the Green and seeing people more often. I'm just so pumped, especially for the freshman class coming in. And I think they're the largest class we've had in like 2 decades.
The largest class that we know of, yeah.
Yeah, so just to see their impact on campus is going to be so exciting.
Oh, yeah, they're really excited. They're really excited. It's going to be so much fun. So just, coming into this new role, how do you feel that God has prepared you for this, and what things has he put in your life kind of leading up to this?
Yeah, talk about past. I mean, I've done student government in high school, whether that was student council, senior council, leadership on my volleyball team. So a lot of team roles and a lot of great communication across the board. But also when I was running, I was like, maybe I go for a different position on EC, on executive cabinet, or maybe I stay in the other roles that I was in. And so when I was in prayer about whether to run for student body president or not, and people would be asking, are you worried? Are you worried? Like, are you anxious? And I was like, yes, but not really. I was like, if I win, I win, and this is where I'm meant to be. And if not, I'll do great things wherever I'm at.
Yeah, that's a good approach to take. It's not in your hands. And
Definitely. And it wasn't even me who won. It was a great combination of awesome people on campus loving on me and encouraging me. And they've been so awesome. So I'm excited to lead with students this semester.
And I realize EC hasn't met yet, or have you met here this summer?
Yeah, we had training these past 2 days.
Okay,
so
cool.
We've been meeting with security, just getting updates there, and the ARDs for the residence halls, just really getting connected in with everybody on campus.
So have you laid out any objectives yet for the year, or is that still to come?
We talked about this a little yesterday with our theme. So we're just trying to work through how to best be expectant for what's coming after the outpouring. And I use that word lightly. We talk about being expectant over at World Global Mission, WGM, as you'll hear it fondly called at Asbury. And we don't want to be expecting of God. We aren't goading God into what he can do for us because he doesn't owe us anything. We are to be faithful. God's job is faithfulness. Our job is faithfulness. God does his job. So what does post-outpouring, after the Lord has shown us his mercy and his goodness in such a tangible way, what does that look like moving forward for us in a daily sense? And to us, that really just looks like being faithful. And so walking humbly, loving others. We've talked about using Micah 6:8 and holding steadfast in the Lord, in our faithfulness with each other.
I love that the students have really taken up that mantle, because Asbury as a whole has as well. And, there's some new pastoral staff. There's some new initiatives that are happening because, the leadership recognized that, God is still moving everywhere. You guys have been all around the world. Students have been all around the world this summer. But, even among our student body and our whole community, if people did experience this life-changing, which countless people did in February. So what does the after look like, and how are we walking alongside people who, maybe it was something they were able to let go of for the first time, or maybe they, maybe they encountered Jesus for the first time. So what's that kind of post-outpouring discipleship? I hate to even put these labels on it, but I love that the student body is grappling with that at the same time as the university as a whole. So I think there'll be some great things that will come out of that. So
definitely.
I think I'm excited to see what happens. So speaking of leadership, you meet with Dr. Brown, President Brown, on a monthly basis as student body president. So are you excited to partner with him on making the student experience better?
Most definitely. Dr. Brown, he always uses the word student-centric, which is so accurate to describe pretty much all of the staff here at Asbury. They're all for us. We love getting a good cup of coffee or lunch in the caf. So he's just a bright guy. So I'm so excited to partner with him and meet with him more often this semester.
You have a lot going on. There's going to be a lot of roles that you'll be playing. Not to mention getting your degree in accounting. So, it's serious work that you're doing. And so just want to know, how are you hoping to juggle all of that? How do you keep your priorities in check?
Yeah, so I set a lot of boundaries, whether that's one space, one use. So I try not to be on my phone in bed, besides like maybe setting my alarm. That's good. I find fun things to do around campus, on and off campus, because especially this semester, I love being here. But every now and then, everyone needs to maybe take a walk off campus. Absolutely. Or go downtown. Hammocking in the fall, going to soccer games here during a study break, getting coffee anytime in the hiccup. It's just so fun.
Yeah, that's great. Well, that's a good place to land for our next little lightning round here. I want to ask you a few questions about life at Asbury, just so listeners can understand that a little bit better. So just right off the top of your head, what's your favorite event at Asbury?
Oh, see, it's different.
There's too many.
In the fall yeah.
Okay, how about spring and fall?
Oh, okay. So in the fall, definitely soccer games. It's just so exciting, and it's one of the bigger sports we have here at Asbury, both men and women's sports. I love going to those with my friends. And in the spring, I'd probably have to say High Bridge. I'm not really a media gal by any means, but it's a fun event to dress up and feel really fancy and go with your friends to see student films.
That is a really fun event. I've really enjoyed that in my short time here. So what's the best part about Res Life?
We use the word community at Asbury here a lot, but sometimes when it's used a lot, it's just because it's accurate. Yeah. So the past 3 years past 2 years, I've lived in Glide Crawford, and getting community on my hall and just knowing like, hey, do you have a cup of sugar? Like, yeah, of course I have some sugar you can have. Having a community built in that is supporting you in the same season of life is just really encouraging.
Yeah. So you mentioned soccer games. What else do you and your friends like to do for fun around campus?
So as you can pick up, I'm kind of a sporty gal every now and then. So like we play intramurals or, like I said, just a nice little walk around our beautiful campus. Studying in the library, as you know, accounting major, we do that a lot. If I'm in the library, it's probably what I'm doing.
So bring you some coffee if you're headed toward the library.
I'll take coffee anytime you want.
You gotta put in some time. So how about off campus? What do you guys like to do outside of Asbury campus?
Yeah, off campus, typically we go downtown. We make stops at Trader Joe's. I don't even
downtown Lexington.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and Wilmore.
And Wilmore
has some of
the
best hidden gems, like the thrift shop down in the basement of the church. Wonderful finds there. The local has a great ice cream and drinklings, of course,
and they have really good pizza.
Yes, that's new. Oh, I love downtown Wilmore and cute little boutiques and shops.
And you can walk there in like 5 minutes.
Yes.
It's so wonderful.
Yes, cool. And like Solomon's Porch, great place for breakfast or brunch. It's awesome.
Definitely. Well, that's fun. And it's great that Lexington's only 20 minutes away, so that makes it really helpful. What about your weekends? You study, intramurals. What do you guys like to do when you have a little extra time?
When I have extra time, typically it's doing adulting things. Like sometimes it's sleeping in, sometimes it's chores. So like I'll walk across. Right now I'm in Aldersgate, so I'll walk across Aldersgate Green and do my laundry and study some more because I typically have meetings during the week. Yeah,
you got to catch up on everything.
Yes,
for sure.
That's my balance oftentimes. Or there's always a great event on a weekend. That's what you'll learn here. The emails and the events are always going on.
Yeah. So what are you looking forward to here in your last year at Asbury?
Kind of like, I think we talked about it earlier, just how to see the campus really come together because we're out of some of the COVID years or we're lingering on that, but it's coming to an end, and how the giant freshman class is going to impact our atmosphere and our typical rhythm here in campus. But I'm excited to see how the class I came in with, how they're flourishing as student leaders. A lot of EC is like mixed between the courageous senior class and the ignited junior class now. So I'm really excited to see how we're all blooming into our young adult lives.
Yes, that's great. So where do you hope to be after this year's over, Emma?
After this year's over, like I said, I will be in my +1 degree with the
Accounting.
Yes, thank you.
And will you be here, or are you going to do that remotely?
I'm not sure. I have an internship with an accounting firm, and so whether I'll be at home working there, or if there's a graduate assistant position
there you go.
that would work out. That would be amazing, but we'll see when the time comes.
That's great. Well, you've got time to think about it, so
Definitely.
that works. Well, is there anything that you would like to tell the Asbury community as a whole in closing?
Something I think it's important to realize and point out that we notice is that the outpouring was not the same experience for everyone. Yes, a lot of people and students especially came to Jesus and were set free from a lot of things, but for some it was hard, and it was really challenging for their faith if they have one. Like, not everyone comes to Asbury as a Christian or as a PK or just growing up in the church. And we really recognize that, both me and executive cabinet. So we want to be able to make it approachable and accessible to be known, to be loved, and wherever you're at in your walk with Christ, that we are here for you as a student body and as your student leaders. Like, we are here for you. So we want to hear feedback about what we can do for you.
Yeah, I love that. Well, thank you for your time, Emma. I know you're really busy getting ready for the year to start, and you have got a full plate, girl. Well, make sure that you don't be a stranger, and we'll get you on the podcast again to hear about all the updates about what you guys are doing. So thank you again. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of This is Asbury. To learn more about Asbury University, visit asbury.edu.